As we know, the telecommunication industry is dynamic and always tries to keep up with the latest technological developments, including the use of frequencies for telecommunications operator, where one of the ways to obtain is through frequency auctions conducted by the government. In this segment, let's see the latest government's frequency auction and also the latest development from the telecommunication industry in Indonesia. But the first one, we're going to see the 5G frequency spectrum candidate. As you can see, the low layer from 700, 800, and 900 megahertz. Meantime, for the middle layer, 1.8, 2.1, 2.3, 2.6, 3.3, and 3.5 gigahertz. Meantime, for the upper layer, 26 and 28 gigahertz. We have the data from Ministry of Communication and Information, and we also conducted a research on this. The Ministry of Communication and Informatics opens a 2.3 gigahertz radio frequency band auction. The auction will be conducted in 3 blocks with a range of 2,360 to 2,390 megahertz and a width of 10 megahertz each. The ministry stated that the auction was to add radio frequency bands to cellular mobile networks. In addition, it is expected to be able to encourage the provision of 4th generation internet technology infrastructure or 4G LTE to all regions and accommodate 5G. And for your information, previously the ministry has already held a 2.3 gigahertz frequency and auction or band auction. However, the auction was cancelled. The Minister of Communication and Information, Joni Plate, said that this was related to administrative matters. Meantime, in the other side, Executive Director of the ICT Institute, Heru Sutadi, assessed that the cancellation could disrupt investment claims in the telecommunication sector. And apart from the auction, how is the actual coverage and capacity of the frequency band of telecommunication operators in Indonesia? Let's take a look in the next graphic. This is operators' frequency in Indonesia. The frequency band capacity of Smartfren as big as 30 megahertz, meantime for the frequency band coverage as much as 22 megahertz. Meantime for XL Axiata, the frequency band capacity 75 megahertz. Meantime for the frequency band coverage 15. And Indosat Ooredoo 70 for its frequency band capacity and 25 megahertz for its frequency band coverage. Meantime, Telkomsel for its frequency band capacity as much as 105 megahertz and its frequency band coverage as much as 30 megahertz. With the reopening of the 2.3 gigahertz frequency auction, telecommunication operator companies are ready to participate. President Director of Telkomsel, Satyanto Hantoro, said that they will participate where Telkomsel wants to utilize the frequency band to strengthen the development of digital-based telecommunication services. At the same time, Smartfren also plans to participate in the auction. Smartfren President Director Mirza Faiz said that the frequency will be an additional block and could be used to improve service quality. And not to forget, XL Axiata is also preparing to participate in the auction. Meanwhile, Indosat has not expressed its interest in participating. Capacity and frequency coverage are closely related to operator network development, particularly in relation to internet speed. So how is Indonesia's internet speed level compared to the other Southeast Asian countries? Let's see through the next graphic. This is the internet connection speed in 10 ASEAN countries. The country with the fastest internet connection is Singapore, of course, with the download speed as much as 197.5 Mbps. Meantime, for its download speed as much as 53.12 Mbps. Meantime, for Indonesia, its download speed was in the level of 17.02 Mbps. Meantime, for its download speed as much as 10.44 Mbps. And internet connection in Indonesia, according to the Speed Test Global Index, is in the 115th position out of 140 countries with an average download speed on the cellular network of 17.03 megabyte per second. Meanwhile, the country with the fastest internet service is no longer held by South Korea, where based on the speed test report, as of December 2020, Qatar is the first place with the internet speed reaching 178.01 megabyte per second. Various problems, of course, lie behind Indonesia's slow internet speed, especially the inadequacy or inadequate use of 4G services in all corners of Indonesia, including 5G, which is also still trying to provide. Regarding the development of 5G, of course, it is not an easy thing. It needs a lot of efforts to be made. But before that, let's firstly take a look at the projected data on the contribution of 5G to the Indonesian economy in the next graphic. This is the projection of 5G contribution to Indonesia's GDP in 2030. It is projected to contribute as much as 2,784 trillion rupiah. The number predicted to increase in 2035 to the level of 3,549 trillion rupiah. And it can create as much as 4.6 to 5.1 million jobs opportunities. Such positive projections must be faced with various challenges in the provision of 5G networks. In fact, the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology has not been able to guarantee that the fifth generation internet network will be available in 3 years. Several challenges must be overcome in the development of 5G in Indonesia. First, cable fiberization, or an effort to modernize. For that, the BTS device must be updated, because without fiberization, the internet speed with the implementation of 5G will not be optimal. Second, harmonization of regulations with local governments. And third, the frequency spectrum. And fourth, assessing the right ecosystem for the using of the 5G, and one of which is in the industrial areas. Meanwhile, 5G is included in the draft of 2024 National Midterm Development Plan. ITB estimates that Indonesia will lose a potential GDP 1,600 trillion in 2033 if 5G is only available after 2023. And hopefully the telecommunication industry will continue to strive to develop and improve its performance, and of course provide convenience for all users. Stay tuned on Market Headlines, because we'll be right back after the break.